to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for April 27th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com, and we're going to scroll down. We're going to look for the Zoom banner. If you would like to demonstrate the software for free or any information regarding the SRC4u software, please, you can contact Cathy right here, and her number is right here at the top, all her information. If you're not ready to purchase the software, but you'd really like to check it out, well, join her SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, and that information's here. We're going to go on over to the Zoom call, and I'm going to click here. The call will be live, so you may want to lower the volume on your speakers because it will be loud.
Okay, here we are, as usual, we're still running, and we're working at this, but we did do some nice scans, so we did go through the stuff faster. But let's just see where we are. Stress related to internal, lymphatic, pineal, kidneys. We'll just let it run. We might check again. We've got quite a bit we're asking for, though. We wanted both a discarnate scan and a startup. So let's look at that. Words to ponder. Conditions are never just right. People who delay action until all factors are favorable do nothing. Well, that's a thought. Appreciation, complete, worried, hiding, shame, universal. And we got a little the resistance factor at this moment, and it is truly this moment. It's very subtle. Let's just look and see stress related to bones at this moment in time. Again, that number's not staggering, and it'd be interesting to look in the encyclopedia and see what emotions bones relate to. But anyway, in reference to the discarnate scan, usually during the day I'll go through and let me just, move some of these. I can make it a little larger. So I just want to give you an idea, very top one. Clear negative interference by non-physical conscious being. That's our top, and that's at a 0. I've already doused that in. We took it right up to the 102. But if you are so inclined, the other thing you can do is I've got people of Planet Earth running, because that was a okay. It was a priority. That was yesterday, and you can always go in if you've got anybody else running and put priority for Qi, because this is our scan, not Planet Earth. Oops. That's something else. Hold on a second. So we really, at this point, Planet Earth doesn't need that. So we're just going to let it go. But you can work with, clients, etc. Now, we're not going to do any more of these, but these are all here, and they'll all go in. And again, it's this subtle energy. We're working with our blueprint. Continue pathway without burning the nervous system is interesting. Personal shielding, and so on and so forth. And you could, depending on what you see here, let's just look for us. What was that? Oh, bones, okay. Let's just see if we want golden mesh to be a field generator today. No, not necessarily. So anyway, that'll be added in. Then, because of the SRC startup scan, these are our 3 areas. Isn't that funny? Stress management. So you have to continue for sure with that, and whatever else we can, maybe a little relaxation, maybe a night out on the town. Who knows? But let's douse that in and see where we are. So we're good there. We're good, but that definitely came up with a 0. Mitochondria, that's our batteries, among other things. Okay, so let's amp that up. While that's going, look at this excess pharmaceutical drugs. And an interesting thing, we wanted the organ scan, and our top thing is iatrogenic disease, which is caused by some sort of medical treatment. So it looks like we have someone in the group perhaps taking some medication that's not appropriate. And we have our cardiovascular system and chronic inflammation. So we'll look at all this. First, do we want the mitochondria cocktail? Yes, we'll take it today. Let's go in there. Let's just see if we can break it down and see some specifics.
Cathy, in regard to that, we could look at lengthening telomeres.
Oh, okay, let's do that too. Let me put this up here. Okay, so L-carnitine, coenzyme Q10, vitamin E, look at that. Again, all subtle, alpha lipoic acid. So we can add those things. Let's just do it now. Now we could do, just for the heck of it, let's see if we want to do it through the sustenance balancer. Test just the P4 first. This doesn't necessarily mean, in my opinion, go buy anything, but it is information. Okay, so we'll take it in the sustenance balancer. Let's just pull that up. I think I've already got us in here, but I don't want to show a whole bunch of other names, so let's just start a fresh one. And as I said, I've just been adding all of them because this can take a while, and then at the end of the day, I keep a list as it comes up of what we are interested in getting this way. And at the end of the day, whatever I haven't gotten to, I just add all of them. But I'd rather add one at a time to get the information. And this would be a time maybe to look up the foods, et cetera, that we could change a few eating habits. Let's see if any of these others want to go in. CoQ10. Interesting, we mentioned the cardiovascular today, and this is a factor here. Okay, so we'll just take that one through the P4. See if we also want it through the sustenance balancer.
Cathy.
Yeah.
The other day, Greg talked about the sensory neurons.
Oh, okay.
And he said they're very, very powerful. And he said by working with the sensory neurons, you can change a whole lot of things.
Interesting. We're going to have to look further at that. Hold on a second. Let me put this in and then write that down.
Ron, what was the name of the neurons?
He talked about he talked about the sensory neurons.
Sensory?
And how powerful they are in reference to working within our heart.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see some of these we did not need to sound. Karen, how did you say that? Lengthen telomeres?
Yes, and the telomeres have to do with the mitochondria.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to do with our aging. The shorter our telomeres become, the more quickly we age.
Very true.
So if we can lengthen the telomeres, which is possible, then we're dealing with anti-aging.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to the, have I got telomeres spelled correctly?
It's spelled T-E-L-O-M-E-R-E.
Thank you. There we go.
Or put an S if you need to.
What's that?
You can put an S on the end of it to pluralize it.
Yeah, it is. There's a telomeres on there. Let's just see how we go just with the words are so powerful on their own. Let's just see how we look with that.
On YouTube, there is a video with the sound called Regenerate Your Telomeres.
Ooh.
Regenerate Your Telomeres on YouTube.
All right.
It says it's stem cell production, anti-aging, binaural beats, stay young forever.
That sounds pretty good to me. Hold on a second. Okay, we like this, our sensory neurons. We're going to pep that up. And then actually, that would be another generate telomeres. And then a YouTube. Thank you. Anyway, again, someone here in the group, probably not on the call, but there's something a little bit non-beneficial about what they're taking. Let's just see what we're looking at. Look at that. Let's just go ahead and douse that down.
What's that in reference to?
Excess pharmaceutical drugs. Someone's got some prescriptions that are throwing them off. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to do it all right now.
I wonder about mine.
This is what we're wanting. Any of these that come up, apparently this is for the brain, and we're just asking for a 1 minute. We're asking for actually today a lot of balancing in reference to our brain. So we're probably taking in a lot of information, needing to clear some things. I'll do a gym scan and let you know what that is. Looking at our She motion, let's just take a look. Oh, I wish I could. I don't think I can't really enlarge this. Here are what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to access our stand for perfection. We're at a 5. We want to take that up to a 10. Feeling like you are uninteresting, that's a 3. We want to take that down to a 1 or 0. Sadness, that's an 8. So we want to lower that. And then again, remember, lymph has been coming up very often. Stress related to lymphatic indicates sadness. Here is devalued, that's an 8. We want that down to a 1 or 0. Deflecting compliments, that's a 2, but we want to go on down. Cruelty, look at that, that's interesting, that's a 10. So we got to take that down. Now, often it's self-directed. Speaking when angry, that's a 10, my goodness. Fear of rejection, that's a 10. Lack of confidence, that's a 3. And groundedness, we want to amp that up to a 10. That's just a 4. Let's go ahead. We'll get at least a couple of messages in this. More of these 1-minute scans, which will be done during the day. Normal brain, that's an interesting thing for us to ask for. It might be, and let's just check the energy of it. Look at that. And that's just a chronic. We might, just for the heck of it, let's look, we might be getting a little bit more 5G. I don't know. It's interesting that all that comes up. Let's just see. So we're going to no. So we're going to want a Pro Tool for this, our brains. Just see what comes up. We may have to do some blessing work again because this image to remove curse, it's come up several days now. Now for the organs, we had 3 under 1,000, 3 issues. It wasn't necessarily naming organs. So that's worth further investigation. Let's see. Well, we're wanting 4 of the pathogen panels. Let's just see. Here's our first message. I am courageous. Minimize that. Let's just do not our answer, but we have some other. Let's just look in here. Yeah, 62 there. Let's look at the recharger. They're 96, so they don't have to come up in our Pro Tool selector. The more familiar you get with all these tools, you can go in and do what you are led to do. "20 minutes. And then, of course, the chronic inflammation. Let's see if that's a pathogen panel. Yeah, so let's go in. Seeing that heavy metal pop up again. Spiritual. Seems like it's more connected to viral than bacterial right now. "10 hours. We'll start with that one. And then antidotes to the dark plan.
What was the last one?
antidotes to the dark plan. We don't even know what the dark plan is, but there's a code for it, so we're doing it. And it goes all the way up to the 101. Let me go now briefly, and then I'm going to come back to something I think is really exciting. But I'm still working on these, and I'll have it done today probably, but this cycles stuff, because we can incorporate this with our work. We can incorporate it in many ways, but the SRC is phenomenal for that. And basically it's understanding that it's not necessarily bad luck, but your timing, because there's a natural law that governs all of the hours of the day and the months of the year, etc. And we had a few things from yesterday. We've got this daily time cycle, which could be a little bit of a time consumer if you spend all your time trying to figure this out. But one thing, it might be interesting, for example, this is Wednesday. This F period is supposed to be phenomenal. Even if a person just took a quick peek at that, we see our F period today, and this is for everybody, but the days differ, but they are then for, applied to all of us. So we've got period 5, and that would be from Eastern time, 1:45 till 1:45 roughly. This would be a time of great benefit, according to this theory, if you wanted to start something new or focus on something, whatever. So that, I just want to point that out. The only thing I'm trying to add, this is your information, for example, on these hourly figures. But then we also have the, get down here, the monthly cycles are the 52-day cycles. And I just want to add a little bit on health to that, because those go in cycles too. But now, so anyway, working on these decrees though, a little bit of notes there. If I probably can't find it right now. But what they're seeing is when you go through these things of misfortune, it actually wounds the soul. And we don't always understand what the soul is, but they say it's a combination of our mind, our emotions, and our willpower. And so, interestingly enough, for example, here we are wanting to increase vibrational level, which is our goal, and we're still working towards that. Now, I think we've got the 9 taken care of. And I'm just doing one of these a day or so. Let's go down to 11 of 8. But this has taken a while to get here, because we have been, for some reason, we're not resonating. We can work with that. And I think that does have a little bit to do. Let me just see if I can find that. No. Let me get up there. But it's interesting. That's kind of what has taken me so long. Here we go. They say that the decrees help with something called the wounds of the soul. And all these are things they say create some of these wounds. And this can be released. For example, we can heal the soul wounds that then bring us that life of abundance. And the challenge I was having is how to outline this, because many of them are highly Christian, and some people find that offensive, and that's the last thing you want to do, is shove something down somebody's throat. It's a real turnoff for everybody. That's 1,000 blessings, and we could take a little oomph on that. But then this morning, someone shared a statement with me that they and their husband both have done over the years, and the money just flows in. And you don't have to make it on money. You can do it on any subject matter. So, and she has allowed us to all have it. Let's look at blessings real quick. This might be an interesting one to put in the mediator also. It could be on some level, well enough beneath consciousness, we're blocking this. And so we'll take that with 9 repeats. That's the Tesla stuff. But then here's what I'm so excited about, is this which kind of solves the problem, because like I said, I'm going to work with the Christian decrees because that's what I believe, but a lot of people are very turned off by it. This is the one: all of one God, holy am I. Money comes easy to me, in perfect health, wealth, and happiness, with perfect prosperity. And then, as she explained, you can use any subject in line 3. So let's say you have a particular issue right here in perfect health, wealth, and happiness. Change that to what you want to change it to. In perfect relationship with the IRS, whatever comes to you, you can put in here. And I got very excited about this one myself, because you can actually go into, it could be, if you're receptive to this, you can douse that in, you can say it. She says you don't even have to say it, you can just think it. But when she and her husband do this, whatever they're focused on comes pouring in. So that's rather interesting. Let's see how we resonated with it at this moment in time. Let's put it together. So it has the spiritual component, all of one God. Let's see how we resonate with that one. Okay. Well, we have a few more things I'll be dousing in later, but let's just see. We had been on preserve options. Let's see where we are now. This is our last thing. And it deals with that daily hour plan. This is it. Any thoughts? Anything to add?
Thank you.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well. YouTube disclaimer: this is for entertainment and educational purposes only.